finally remember why. I remember my why. I hope you find serenity. I hope you find serenity. So, for those of you who are new here, hello, my name is Deja Serenidad. I'm originally from Georgia, but I have been living here in Costa Rica since 2017. And more specifically, I've been living here on my off-grid farm since 2022. It's now been 3 years and some months since I moved here. I have been through many trials and tribulations, which is why I shared the video about why I'm leaving my off-grid farm very recently. Obviously, I haven't left yet. I'm still here. But right now it's July. I'm planning to begin renting somewhere starting September and just spending ideally only a few months away from the farm just to be able to work online and continue to raise money so that I can build this lovely cabin. Behind me is actually falling apart. A lot of the wood is very degraded and it's time for something new. So I plan to take all that down and build anew. And what I've been feeling and what I've been sharing a lot is just how hard it's been. And I'm sorry, the dogs have the zoomies right now and they're like playing, so it may be a little loud in the background. Yeah, it's been hard. It's been hard doing this by myself. And I don't even want to come off as if I'm complaining, because in every challenge there's always a lesson and there's always so much depth and so much value. However, I have to be transparent. I have to share what's really going on, because a lot of people say they want to live like me, and I'm like, okay, well, let me tell you the pros and cons. Let me tell you the ways you can do it better than me. So that's the only reason I even share my challenges so candidly and so vulnerably online. And it's not always easy. Most people are very supportive, but I do get some negative comments, especially as I'm someone, oh, wow, let me see if I can catch this. It's like a bunch of macaw parrots. So yeah, most people are very supportive, but I do get some people hating and just sending really negative comments, specifically around the fact that I am fundraising to build this new house. It's not the first fundraiser I've done. And I've shared very openly also about, how I didn't come here with a whole lot of savings. I pretty much put everything I had into building on the land. And I'm in a very rural town. I do work, I teach classes. And I'm an English teacher, but it's just not a whole lot of money in teaching English in this particular small town. The local people don't have a lot of money to pay me, so I rely a lot on what I do online, which I do inner child healing sessions, and that's where I usually make the most money. But my inner child healing sessions are donation based, meaning people pay whatever they can for my sessions. Now, for a while, my website has been down because it's getting a huge makeover. But once it's back up and running, I will have my sessions and my retreats and all these other offerings again in one beautiful hub. But for now, since I've been off my website, I've decided to just open my sessions up to donation based. That way they're accessible to everyone. Also, my retreats and my inner child sessions make me more money than teaching English, but it's very varied, in consistency. Right? So sometimes I have a lot of sessions, sometimes I don't have really any at all. So how much money I make is always changing. And, some of the comments I received, both here and also on TikTok, were telling me you should have had a better plan, or you should go back and work for a period of time to do a better job. Or people feel like because I'm fundraising that I'm begging for money. And, honestly, it was kind of getting to me, because I'm a very reflective person. I'm always looking at my actions and thinking, okay, is this the best that I can do? Is this the best that I can do? What more can I do? What changes can I make to improve my reality? Am I truly in alignment with my spirit, with my heart, with my purpose on this planet? And sometimes I get a little lost in that. I get a little into my self-doubt, and I'm like, am I doing the right thing? Maybe I should just go back to the States and just get a real job. But then I remember. I remember who I am. And it's so beautiful because the way I remember is always so unexpected, and it always is having to do with being deeply immersed in nature. And the reason that I'm living here in the middle of nowhere in a place where it's not so easy to like make a whole lot of money, the thing is, what I have is so much more valuable than money that I don't even think some people, based on where they are and their perspective, could ever understand the value of the life that I am living, the richness that I experience by being here right now and not being tied down by a job and having so much freedom. And there's a lot of work that has to be done. It doesn't matter if you have a job or not. Life means efforting at times, and there's rest. There's this balance between rest and play and efforting, like being productive. But I work. I get up and I work the land. I plant trees. You know, I'm constantly cleaning. I go and I volunteer within my community, and I go and I help other people for no money at all. Spending hours of my time giving, generously giving, and not in a way that like I feel any regret about that giving. In fact, I love it. I spend a day volunteering on a local farm and I feel great. I've learned something. Somebody's given me a little plant baby to take back to my farm to plant here. Like, that's the value. And these kind of things, like on a random Tuesday, I can volunteer at a local farm because I don't have a regular job. Because I have this freedom, because I only am teaching classes here and there, or I'm giving sessions here and there every few months, and maybe I'm hosting a retreat. But because of the flexibility of my schedule, what I am given that is valuable, that is more valuable than even money, is freedom. It's freedom. And it's true. Money is needed to do things, right? It is needed to do things. But rather than me working a job that would remove me from this place, even now I'm about to start working more on making money, so I'm going to remove myself briefly. It's not just about money, it's also because the house is falling apart and it's rainy season. But yeah, even that, having a job removes me from the job of caring for this land. That is my greatest job. Nobody pays me for the hours and hours and hours of labor that I put into this place. Of course, it's my home, but it's 2 acres of land. It's not just my home. It's also space for community. It's a place for retreats. It's a place for volunteers, and also just for holding people. I've had many people come and stay with me completely for free because they were in a space where they didn't know what to do. They found themselves in Costa Rica. They needed somewhere to go, didn't have anywhere to go. And I have held several people and been like, don't even worry about money. You can be here. You can be held by this space. The only reason I have that is because I have stayed grounded and I have stayed focused on this vision of creating a space. Okay, this is valuable. Land now in my neighborhood for the same amount of land that I have, 2 acres, is going for like $80,000 or $90,000. I didn't pay that much, trust and believe. But that means that I already have, just by having the land, I have the value of $80,000, and I'm sitting on it right now talking to y'all. And I would rather have the land than to sell it and have $80,000 that I could spend in a year doing whatever, buying whatever. I'd much rather have the land that's now in my name and will be in my children's name, my children's children's name, God willing, you know, for as long as they choose to keep it. And I can live here for the rest of my life if I want, rent free. And I'm like, that's the real value. But yeah, so as I was saying, what reminds me of my purpose and what reminds me of why I'm here are these moments when I find myself venturing out into nature, having these unexpected adventures or moments that show me, oh, this is it. This is my place. This is my reason. This is my reason for staying planted here, even though there are certain challenges that come up that make me doubt myself. And the thing with challenges is, it's just like a Mercury retrograde, which we're in one right now. It's like little things come up and things don't go quite your way. And it's like a test. Like, what are you going to do? How are you going to face this? Are you going to become a victim and get into this place of suffering? Or are you going to get through it? Are you going to find the beauty in it? Are you going to find the joy? Are you going to notice the lesson? Perhaps some things are not going right because it's trying to push you in a different direction. That's what I feel on the farm. You know, the house has started falling apart. It's really hard on me when it's storming. It's getting really wet inside, including where I sleep. So it's just starting to get like uncomfortable. But that me being uncomfortable does not mean that I've failed at all of this. It's just telling me, hey, it's time to build a solid structure. It's time for more stability, and it's time for more balance. All right? I love having my open house that's rustic, made from wood, from the land, and all these things, but it's time to have something with a little bit more stability so I can have not even separation from nature, but protection. So I can have better shelter, not just for me, but for the people who come and stay with me. I recently, and I'm actually putting together a vlog, so y'all will be able to find the vlog. It either is going to be the video right before this or the video right after this. I got to go and see this turtle project. So it's a conservation project called Coprat, run by a friend of mine who is actually from England, but she's been living here for about 10 years. And I got to go and see their base camp, which I've been there a few times before, but it's just every time it's new, you know. And this is an organization, so they are run off donations, but because they are based in research, it's very, I don't want to even say easy, like they have to work hard, but they can receive grants and different things like that, which I'm not like necessarily an organization, it's just me. And I'm not doing research, you know, I'm just holding space for healing. So I haven't found grants that really apply to the work that I'm doing so far. But I was very inspired by this project because I found that through all these different forms of funding, this one woman was able to create 2 different camps with incredible, like, you know, bamboo structures, open air, you know, outdoor bathroom, garden. One of them is actually both of them are right on the beach, and they bring in volunteers and students from like high school students and college students who come, and they spend time volunteering and doing classes and all these different things in the space. And I was so inspired because I was like, yes, this is what it is. It's a space. Space is infinite and it can be used for anything. And the thing about it is it's so beautiful when you have a space that is sitting in the heart of nature. So you walk around outside and there's food growing, there's birds chirping, there's butterflies passing, there's monkeys in the trees. And it's so good for the nervous system. Like unless you have experienced it, I cannot describe it to you. And I hope that just through watching my videos and seeing the scenery, you can get like a little bit of a taste of just how beautiful and peaceful it is to be completely immersed in nature. To see young people learning in an environment where they are a few steps away from the beach, or they're in the mountains. Young people being able to learn what these things are growing in the garden, and that same day eat food from the garden. There's nothing more valuable than living like this. There's nothing more valuable. So it's like I have traded in, because I have a master's degree. I could go to the States in education. I can go to the States and I can get a teaching job. Like I'm competent. I have references. I have many years of experience. I even love teaching. And I still do teaching here, which I still do it because I do really love teaching. But every time I try to like wrap my mind around teaching like in the education system in the States, it feels a bit like a trap. And I have so much respect for everyone who does whatever you're doing. I have respect for you, especially if you have a real job, because I know that it takes dedication. It takes so much patience, and it takes so much of your time. So much of your time and energy is given to that place. And that's a generous thing for you to do. It really is. But I know within myself, because I've had all these years to spend time in nature, all these years to have immense freedom, that I can't go from this to working a 9-to-5. I could never go back. I could never go back. Because the whole time I'm there, I'm going to know what it feels like to have freedom. The whole time I'm there, I'm going to know what it's like to be able to just cancel a class because I don't feel good. because I'm cramping, or because someone has invited me to go to the beach. I have the freedom to text that student or that student's parent and say, hey, I got invited to go to the beach, so let's reschedule, or let's just continue with our class next week. And it ain't even, they're like, great, awesome, that's fine with me. Now that is the kind of life that I've been manifesting. More than even money, time is what I have. Freedom is what I have. Space to create and do with whatever I desire. Space to invite people into to be creative and do what they desire. Fresh air, clean water. And then it's just like the visuals, y'all. Like literally the beauty of this place, and it's not just Costa Rica, it's all over the world, including in the States. I'm from Georgia. Georgia is beautiful. Like to sit and be outside and to really spend time with the trees. It's like this beauty, it's truly breathtaking. And this is what really calms the nervous system and brings you back to your true self. And sometimes I forget because I start to get distracted, you know? I go and I spend time in Wi-Fi and I'm doing all these things. I'm trying to post all these TikToks and make sure I'm up to date on my YouTube and make sure I'm promoting my retreats and promoting my sessions and promoting this and that, because I'm like, I need to make money. I need to make money. I need to make money. And in those moments, I'm not enjoying the place. And as soon as I let it all go and I'm invited, like I was over the weekend, to go to this turtle project, and I'm just like, wow, looking around and like, wow, if I was too tied down by a routine, I wouldn't have the freedom to now leave my routine and come and be in this place and to just witness the world, witness life in this other place and see just how beautiful it is. I live more on the mountainside. I am close to the beach. The beach is about a 5-minute drive. But where I went was a different part. I'm like near the Gulf. If you know what a Gulf is, it basically means there's two sides of Costa Rica and the water kind of comes into this little bowl. But I was out on the main Pacific Ocean. So the ocean just looks a lot bigger and more immense out there than the beach that's near my house. So going and being in that environment, it's like, wow, look at God. Look at God. Sometimes that's all it takes, is just finding a new spot, getting out of your routine, and having the freedom to go, to explore, to feel, to exist, and to be without pressure. So that's why I'm doing this. And that's why I invite people here. I invite people to come for free, and I invite people to come for retreats and ceremonies where they do pay. But that's why I'm here, holding the space, being the anchor for everyone else who is called to come into this space. And that's why I put together fundraisers when I need big projects done, because I'm choosing to be this anchor for something that's much greater. So for me, fundraising is not begging. And if you feel like I'm begging, you don't have to give me anything. You weren't going to give me anything, and you don't have to. And I'm putting zero pressure on you to do so. Like, go live your life. Go frolic somewhere. And in fact, I'm monetized. So just by watching my video, you're helping me. So thank you very much. But yes, for me, fundraising, crowdfunding makes sense. Because I'm asking the whole entire world, because I'm asking the whole entire internet, I have a lot of subscribers and followers and all these things, if they can contribute to my vision. People can give $5, $10, $20. Some people give more. Some people give $100, $500. I just got a donation for $1,000 a couple days ago, and I'm grateful as fuck. I won't share that person's name here because I'm not sure if they want me to, but I'm definitely, I've reached out to them privately because, wow, like, thank you. And it's because people are in a place of abundance financially where they're able to give. I don't ever want anyone to give me anything that they don't have to give. Like, feed yourself, take care of yourself and your family. But if you can give, I am happy to receive. It's not like I stick it in my pocket and it stays in there. It's gonna go into the local community because what I'm currently fundraising for is to build a new house. So it's going to go into buying the materials and paying local people to build it, right? And then once it's up, you all, in particular the people who donate, but everyone, is welcome to come and be in the space during a retreat or come and do a volunteer exchange. So it's going to benefit many, 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 many people. And I'm deeply grateful for those of you who get it, for those of you who see it, for you who send me encouragement. It means the world to me. And I be needing it because, trust me, I'm a Pisces. I be in the emotional trenches sometimes. I be going through it. But I've been reminded recently why I'm doing this. Because this is my purpose. Because this is my calling. I'm not going to doubt it simply because I'm also at the same time seeing, the pressures of society to show up in a certain way. I'm 29 years old, to be a certain place, financially based on my age, I'm not going to let any of that deter me from choosing to follow my heart. Because I know that's the right thing to do. I know it's the right thing to do. And that's why when I come outside and I sit in the yard, everything always starts to make sense. When I come and sit out here, I be like, yeah, this was the right call. This was the right call. It's like, I think it might actually be close to 5 p.m. now. But like, if I was at a job right now, I wouldn't be sitting here in the yard, enjoying the air and the sound of the cicadas and watching the dogs run around like crazy people. I would be missing these moments of peace and bliss and missing this feeling that I feel within me that is peace. So yeah, I finally remember, and I'll have to be reminded again and again why I'm doing this, why I'm here. Even though there are moments when it's not easy, there are moments when I'm struggling. There are moments when I work, I break my back doing some work on something and that thing breaks or doesn't work out a few months later. And it's like, you know what? I'm still living in my purpose. That means I got to learn to do it better. And in order to learn to do all the things I need to do with this farm, I have to be here. I have to come and spend time here and learn in action. In action. And a lot of people also are making comments. I did mention in my video about leaving the farm. I mentioned that my biggest mistake was doing this alone. And I will say, it's not necessarily a mistake because, like I said, I followed my heart. I followed my calling. And I haven't always been alone. I've had a few friends and volunteers who stayed with me for periods of time throughout my time here. Just nobody stayed super long. I think the longest anyone stayed was like 2 months. And then, of course, there's people in there talking about like, oh, you need a man. You should have did this with a man. And it's like, I would have loved to do this with a man if a man was willing to do what I'm doing. But I have not aligned with a single man who was actually willing to come and just be here and be a part of this and hold the vision with me and hold up that masculine while I hold up my feminine and co-create. And so I'm doing it alone because that's just the circumstance. And even as I say I'm doing it alone, like I live here alone, but it's not really alone because everyone who donates, they're a part of it. The volunteers who come, they're a part of it. My friends who come by and help me with things sometimes, they're a part of it. So I'm not 100% alone. The dogs are here. Rest in peace to my cat Mantra. He's gone now, but he was here too. So I'm not 100% alone. But it's true. Things do work better when you have a team. So I'm manifesting that team, and with no pressure and with no rush. Because it has to be complete alignment. I'm not ready to just invite any person here just because they want to come. Like, also people are always commenting like, I want to come live with you. It's like, I don't know if I want to live with you though. I don't even know you. We don't even know each other like that. You know, it has to be real alignment if I'm going to be doing this project with another person or with a group of people. I'm very open to it, but it has to come in an organic fashion, and it has to work. It has to work. So yeah, I had to do it alone because I had to do it when I was called to do it. And thank God that I did. I bought this land. I made my first payment in 2021. Land was extremely cheap during COVID times. That's why I got this land for like a little over $16,000. Like I said, now land around here is going for 80. Same amount of land, same neighborhood, same street. So I didn't make a mistake in getting this property. I was right on time because I listened to my guidance. I followed my heart. I took my time. I spent a year. I started looking in 2020. I started to realize this in 2020. And then in 2021 is when I found the land. I made my first payment, made the second payment in 2022, and moved in soon after that. It's like I had to go ahead and do it. And now I have something that's extremely valuable. Like, it needs work. Like, it needs to continue to be poured into. Yeah, poured into. You know, it needs maintenance, it needs upkeep, it needs love, and it needs other people upholding the vision with me. That's so true. But in the meantime, like, I am the anchor, so I have to be very strong in holding the vision and attracting in the other energies that can help me with the space in perfect timing, in the perfect way. But yeah, I am going to leave for a few months because I need a new house. I cannot get through the storms of September and October in a house that is in the state that mine is currently in. So even in the time that I leave, I'll be coming back and forth to the farm. The dogs are staying here. They can't come with me. They don't know how to act. So I'll be coming, seeing them, doing work. I've already been lately just cleaning the house, finding stuff to sell, finding stuff to give away, just preparing for this transition. But as I prepare for the transition, whenever I come back to the farm, because I did spend some nights away from the farm, house sitting for a friend, whenever I come back, I'm like, yeah, this is my home. There's nothing that's ever going to completely scare me away from this place. It doesn't matter how hard it gets. I will always come home. Always. So yeah, that's that. Thank you so much for listening. If you stayed for the whole video, mwah, I appreciate you so much. And of course, I hope you find serenity.